Hi everyone, it's me Michelle and I am about to go over my 6 favorite plants in September. If you are new here, hi, my name is Michelle. This is my channel, Michelle Monstera. We talk about plants and mental health, specifically carnivorous plants, outdoor plants, house plants, and gardening. I'm from Zone 8B and I am an underwaterer. All right, let's get right into it. Number 6, I have my Monstera Albo. If you guys remember, and if you've watched the last video, my last favorites video, the Monstera Albo was one of my favorites for last month. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more of an update since it made the list again. There's growth. There's a little leaf that has fenestrations, and it's the first leaf that has opened in my care, and I'm so excited to see it grow. It's looking really well. It is in a self-watering pot. It is in a chunky soil mix, and I've had it I think for like 2 or 3 months. So I'm excited to finally have a Monstera Albo in my care because, as you all know, everybody has been trying to get a Monstera Albo. I'm so happy that the plant prices are now somewhat more reasonable. I bought this plant for $65 and yeah, I feel like it was a steal. I do have 2 Monstera Albos, so a little bonus content. The other Monstera Albo that I have was a low variegation cutting, rooted cutting that I bought I think at the beginning of this year in January. I first had her in just soil and she didn't do anything for me. I got really frustrated with her. Put her in the garage where there is my high intensity grow light, and that seemed to do the trick. Most exciting part is that one of the leaves is getting more variegation than the original leaf. So it was a $15 rooted cutting that I bought, and so it's so exciting to gamble on things like this and see it play out. I feel like the variegation is going to get better if I keep providing the conditions. It is also in leca. I think that also has something to do with the growth pattern so far. Both Monstera Albos are doing really well, and so I'm so happy for that. So that is number 6 on my list. We have the Hoya Macrophylla or Macrophylla. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. This plant specifically has helped me really love Hoya. I love the different shapes of Hoya, and I know that there's like Hoya bug that everybody gets bitten by, and I'm finally getting bitten because I'm finally figuring out how to take care of Hoya. This Hoya Macrophylla is about a couple months old. It was a rooted cutting as well, and it came to me in leca, so I kept it in leca, and it is doing quite well. I accidentally knocked off a couple of leaves, which I am upset about, but that's kind of how it goes. Sun stress, and it's looking wonderful, and I'm excited to have like a full pot of this. So that is number 5 on my list. Number 4 is, you might laugh at this, but I am loving her, the Oxalis Triangularis. It is a plant that grows from a corm, and it's seasonal, as in it has a dormant period during the winter. It's kind of a basic, easy plant that a lot of people got into, I think, when the houseplant boom started a couple years ago, and I am falling in love with her because I finally started not to neglect her. I started watering her recently, and then I'm loving the foliage. I'm loving the way it sways. I love having it open in front of an open window and watching it sway back and forth. I love the red, deep red autumnal color that's on there. It contrasts really well with other plants because a lot of other plants that I have are green, so like the contrast of the red and the green make it really, really beautiful, and I'm really excited about seeing that continued growth at least until the winter. And it's just one of those things that I think are slept on and people overlook, but I love having this in my collection. My 3rd favorite plant this month is a carnivorous plant, and it is my Pingicula. I love my pings. I love all my pings. I think they're so beautiful, and like the weird combination of it being beautiful and dangerous. It looks like a little flower, but it catches like flies and kills them and eats them for food. In particular, I really like my Pingicula sethos, and the way it has returned to its natural color under the grow light, the pink, the blushy pink, and it just looks like a flower, a dangerous flower. And it's just an intensely beautiful pink, with the petals and just like the way that it is spreading throughout the container, and it's taking up the entire container with its leaves is like so beautiful to me. It is such a fun, easy plant, and the sethos is just my favorite out of all of them. It's the biggest one that I have, and it is just the most perfect pink that I could think of. So that's number 3. My second favorite is my Epipremnum Albo. I've had this plant for a while. I bought it last year, and it has been doing really well. In terms of my neglect, it does really awesome, and I love plants that thrive under my care. And I recently added a few cuttings that were more variegated to the plant to make it fuller, and it's just made me fall in love with this plant again because of the fun droopy leaves that are variegated, that also have like almost this pothos feel. They are related, so it kind of looks the same, but I just love that it is an easy plant, and it almost looks like a cebu blue with a little bit more variegation, and I want to grow her trailing. I know a lot of people grow her on a trellis to get more fenestrations, to get bigger leaves, but for me, I want to trail this plant because I think it would be a fun, bushy, long thing that you can hang up in a corner of the house, and it just looks really stunning. So yeah, that is my second favorite. My favorite plant this month is something that I bought recently. It actually came with the Epipremnum Albo plant that I bought. It was a freebie, and I actually bought the Epipremnum Albo in order to get the freebie. And the freebie was Philodendron Rio, and the weird painting-like variegation that starts in the middle and kind of like echoes to the outer leaves is just stunning to me. The Rio is a little bit more pink and blush, and for some reason I'm really into the pink and blush colors right now, and I love that the intensity of the blush, the blushiness of the Philodendron Rio is just so beautiful. I currently have just a cutting that's rooting in sphagnum moss, which is my least favorite medium to grow in, but it came to me in that way, as well as water. I'm going to transfer it, I'm not really sure, into leca, into soil. You guys let me know what your experience is with this plant, what works better. It gets me so excited when I see it, and I'm so happy that there's something that has such beautiful variegation growing in my care. So we will see about that. It does really well. I have a runner-up here that I noted. I have been really loving and appreciating my normal pothos plants, and the way that they marble, it's just so fun seeing the different variegation as the plant ages. Like there's this one leaf that I really like staring at. It looks like and reminds me of a Syngonium mojito, and then another one that has like a half moon, reminds me of a Monstera Albo. And the difference and the wide spectrum of variegation on Pothos is just so stunning. They're such simple, easy caring plant, but you also get the reward of having and seeing all the different types of variegation that are on its leaves. I have several different plants of the pothos around the house, and it's really interesting to see the different variegation depending on the lights in the rooms. So there's one that's in our guest room, and it's more of a like minty green and white more than it is like white variegation. And then the one that I was gifted from my friend James, it has a lot of like very bright golden sparkly Hawaiian vibes. Another one that's above my my coffee area. I like to stare at while the coffee or the water is boiling, because it's just such a fun thing to watch while you're waiting for something to happen. And it just reminds me to take my time to really enjoy the small things in life and to recognize them and to appreciate them. And I love the Pothos for that. It's just one of a classic for a reason. I love that it's accessible, that a lot of people have it, and that you can find it pretty cheaply in plant stores. I have my August favorites. If you guys have not seen that video, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, 90-something% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. I would love it if you guys consider subscribing. If not, no pressure, that's awesome. There are other ways to interact with me as well. Thank you so much for making it this far in the video. If you have made it this far in the video, do something good for yourself today. What is one thing that you would love to do for yourself that you've been putting off? Do that today. Tell me what it is in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.